I was inside someone else's apartment. Again. And the strangest part, it felt like coming home. There are things you do not because you want to, but because you have learned that not doing them costs more than doing them. I had learned this about the apartment on Marsh Lane sometime in the second year. I couldn't tell you exactly when. These things don't announce themselves. They just become true, quietly, the way most true things do. The owners were rarely there. A couple retired, who used the place for perhaps 4 weeks a year, 2 in summer, 2 around the holidays, and spent the rest of their time somewhere warmer, somewhere with better light. They were not careless people, but they were comfortable people, which is a different kind of careless. The locks were old. The alarm system was older. They kept a spare key under a ceramic pot by the service entrance, which told you everything you needed to know about how seriously they took the possibility of intrusion. I had never moved the key. I had never taken anything. I had never left a mark. These were the parameters. I had established them early, and I kept them with the same consistency I applied to everything else in my life. Not out of morality. I had stopped pretending this was about morality. Out of discipline. The moment you alter the parameters, you are no longer in control of the ritual. You are controlled by it. And I was always in control. I had not planned to go there that evening. That was what I told myself, standing outside the service entrance at 9:20, key in hand. The meeting had been 2 days ago. Since then, I had swum my lengths, edited 3 segments, eaten 2 unremarkable dinners, slept adequately. I had not thought about her more than was reasonable. I had not thought about the fact that she wasn't wearing a ring more than once or twice, which was once or twice too many, but well within the range of things a person could think without it meaning anything. The key turned. The hallway smelled of disuse, not unpleasant, just closed. The smell of a space that exists without being lived in, which is its own kind of smell, distinct from emptiness. I didn't turn on the lights. I knew the apartment well enough not to need them. The layout was simple. Corridor, living room to the left, kitchen straight ahead, bedroom at the end. I moved through it the way you move through a space that has stopped surprising you, which is to say without thinking, which is to say the way you breathe. In the living room, I sat in the armchair by the window. Not the couch. Always the armchair. I had decided that in the beginning, and I had kept to it. Outside, the street was doing what streets do at this hour. A car passed, then silence, then another car. I sat. This was the part that was difficult to explain, even to myself. There was nothing to see here, nothing to read or touch or understand. The apartment was a shell. Furniture chosen for function, no photographs, no books left open. These people did not reveal themselves in their spaces the way she had. There was nothing here that told a story. That was why I came. Not to read someone, to stop reading, to sit inside 4 walls that asked nothing of me and give my mind something it almost never got. The specific quiet of a space with no information in it. Her voice. The way she had said, "I'm questioning whether the format serves the range they have." Precise and unhurried, like someone who had never once said a word they didn't mean. My hands in my lap. Still. That specific still. I sat in the armchair and breathed. After a while, the tightness in my jaw loosened. After a while longer, I stopped thinking about her entirely. That was what the ritual was for. I left at 10:40, locked the service entrance behind me, replaced the key under the ceramic pot, walked to where I had left my bicycle 3 streets away. The ride home was cold. I didn't mind cold. At a junction, waiting for the light, I looked up at the building on the corner. 7 floors, maybe a third of the windows lit. In one of them, 4th floor, second from the left, a woman stood with her back to the glass, arms crossed, speaking to someone I couldn't see. Her posture said something. Disagreement, maybe. Or exhaustion. Or both. The light changed. I cycled home. In bed. Before sleep. I did something I rarely did. I tried to remember my mother's hands. Not her face. Her face I could retrieve easily enough, in the way you can retrieve something you've looked at too many times, accurately but without feeling. Her hands were different. I could see them doing things, setting a table, folding laundry, once pressing flat a crease in a jacket I was about to wear somewhere I no longer remembered. Capable hands. Quiet hands. Hands that had eventually packed a suitcase and not come back. I don't know why I thought of that. I fell asleep thinking of nothing in particular, which is the closest I ever came to peace.